Zimmern from The Hollywood Reporter. I do a TV blog there called The Live Feed, housed at thrfeed.com. And I'd like to welcome you all to what is the first ever San Diego Comic-Con panel for Sci-Fi Channel's hit reality show Ghost Hunters. Since the show debuted 4 years ago with two plumbers, Jason and Grant, investigating themes of paranormal activity, and since that first season, the viewership for the show has doubled. It's launched paranormal groups investigating all over the world. It's launched a spin-off show, Ghost Hunters International, which debuted this January. And now we have today here. Now, of course, Jason Grant couldn't be here today. It's okay, we got you hooked up. We have, from Ghost Hunters International, we have Rob Demarest. And from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, Donald LaCroix. So let's first rewind here and talk about how you both got involved in the show. Donna, I know you were involved in TAPS pretty early on. How did you get involved with those guys? Was it a Craigslist ad, or?
Yeah, there was an ad in the newspaper and I answered it. No, I actually got involved with TAPS. I was having some problems with a relative house that seemed to be of paranormal nature. And I wanted to find a group in my state that was reputable, and I found TAPS. And I went and I talked with the people, talked with Jason and Grant, and I met them. I really liked their philosophy, I liked the way they investigated, so I wanted to have them come in and help my relative out. And I just started going to the meetings, and I've always loved the paranormal, always been involved in it, and joined the group. That's how I got into TAPS.
And was this before the show, or is this?
Yes, this was way before the show had started. When the show came to being, they had asked me if I wanted to do a TV show, and I'm an engineer and a TV show. I'm not an actress. I can't go in front of a camera. He's validating that. But I started going on these investigations, and it just kind of rolled into it, and 4 years later, here I am. So it's been great. It's been absolutely wonderful. I feel really blessed.
And Rob, you were with the Florida ghost hunting team for 3 years before you got involved with the show.
That's correct. I went to FGT still am. 3 years with them, moved up to assistant director. Actually met Jay through there. By the way, everyone out there, Jay does apologize for not being able to be here.
But he's here in spirit. So is Grant.
But in spirit, so to speak.
But yeah, so I got a phone call and they said, how would you like to go to Europe and see what's going on, work with some of these new people and some returning people, and I was thrilled, ready to go. Well, until I saw a TV cam. That was it. The eyes got huge, started sweating, but I'm starting to get over it now.
So do you have any input into where you guys are going? Can you tell the producers, hey, I hear Ibiza's like really hot at this time of year, or anything like that?
Well, I mean, Hawaii has always been on the top of my list. I'm still trying to convince them, but as far as choosing places, there was a lot of input from the team. We do work with the production team and giving them suggestions, but ultimately sometimes it ends up being a surprise, and we go where we go.
Yeah, we're heading to South Africa in I think 2 more episodes. And I actually helped out, I've been to South Africa before, so I helped out with some of these cases, and I was really, the results were crazy. We had a lot of stuff.
Like what?
We had one team member, I'm not going to name his name, it rhymes with Harry. It's true. He's by himself. We had kind of an odd number of people there, so he was by himself in what used to be a torture chamber in this old fort in South Africa. And he actually winds up getting, I wouldn't call it attacked, but he definitely, you will see when he shows up attack, he definitely gets a good whack for his efforts. Yes, you know, can you make something happen? Can you do something to me right now? And you'll see what happens. It's great.
And for the season finale, you're going to Dracula's castle, I was told, which was sort of alarming because I didn't realize Dracula was actually around and having real estate. But yeah, it's the place that the story was based on. So.
Yeah, it is. That was the last case we did. It was 1,400 steps up to the top. It's an outdoor location, so you can imagine trying to get the gear up there and trying to get ourselves up there safely. It was pretty crazy. But the investigation itself, we actually did some techniques we've never done before, just because it's a really strange location. And it was tough because so many people said, look, there's a lot of activity going on here, but we don't know exactly what it is because almost no one will walk there. So it was pretty exciting to get up there.
The first season, when you first came on, you said your goal with sort of being with them and doing the show is that you wanted to have a legitimate, what you felt was a legitimate paranormal experience. You feel at this point that you have that?
It's a hard question to answer because the word legitimate can constitute so many things. I definitely feel like I've had one that he's laughing at me. But yeah, I feel like that I have, and it was terrifying. And actually, to go in a little more detail, it was in the taxidermy room. And this room was so dark, you could not even see your hand in front of you. And Barry was investigating with me. We were just standing there, and you could feel something walking around you. And I thought he tugged up my shirt. And I said, Barry, what are you doing? I didn't do that. I said, okay, whatever, got caught on something. And then I see this hand come right up to my face. And then again, I think it's Barry playing a trick on me. And I said, Barry, what are you doing? Stop it. He said, I didn't do that. I was literally frozen with fear. And as a seasoned paranormal investigator at that point, what you're supposed to do, obviously, is not run. You're supposed to stay in the moment so you can observe, everything that's going on around you, take it in. I wanted to fly out of that place so bad. Even the director on site couldn't wait to get out of that particular room. So it was really, really scary. Other investigators went up there and had very similar experiences, so it wasn't just myself. And that was validating, but man, I'll tell you, that was something I'll never forget at all. So yeah.
Bravo, you were laughing when she said that. She thought it was legitimate.
No, I was laughing because every time she wants to say, around the castle, she says, Castle Reichenstein in Germany, where absolutely nothing happened. She's like the most terrifying night. I'm like, nothing happened there. But not, as far as paranormal stuff that I've experienced, when we did the pilot, we did it with Cheyenne. And
yes.
Don and I were walking in what's now an abandoned church. There was no one else around. Brian was actually walking out in front of us. We were leaving. We were actually about this close apart, and it sounded like something directly about this far behind us. Whispered, get out. And I was like, yeah, you don't have to tell me this. And then that one we were actually really lucky because we picked it up on tape. So sometimes people say, yeah, but how is that possible? Because, you were in Italy and this and that. Look, I don't know how it's possible, but I'll tell you this, as sure as I'm sitting here, GHI has never, ever faked anything, create evidence. I'll stand by that. So as sure as I'm sitting here, I'm telling you that I heard those words and Donna heard it as well from this far behind us, and there's nobody there. So,
usually with EVPs, I just wanted to add that you hear them later on. You don't hear them during it. We heard it loud and clear, get out. And there's nothing like that at all. So yeah, what Rob said, you don't have to tell us again. So we probably left.